This is a project that I'm just starting, and I wanted to share with you and to ask for participation, ideas, suggestions. Some time ago, I started playing on F Online, and I was having a lot of fun. But I missed a lot of things in the server, and I figured out that maybe I could make something different. I could make my own server of the Fallout Online. Let me give me a brief introduction about what is this Fallout Online. Basically, Fallout Online is a fan project. I think it's made by some Russian guys. It's kind of open sourced already, and it plays very well. It plays like the old Fallout games. Fallout. It's based on Fallout 1 and 2. It's completely configurable. Okay, you can definitely create your own with these assets. You can create maps. You can do a lot of things. Create your own quests, your own stories, and I figured out that maybe I can do something about it. And I started creating different scenarios and different stuff to do in the game. Now I'm trying to customize the Brotherhood of Steel. This is the bunker, the Lost Hills, and they have this mapper solution here. This is an interface when you can uh, basically create your own maps here. And inside of the maps, we have a bunch of NPCs. Some of them you can create dialogues, you create different things to do. You can customize, for example, what's inside the lockers. And this is very interesting. For example, I created this guy here, and this is a BOS instructor because as soon as you enter in the BOS faction, after some time they direct you to the Lost Hills, and you enter here in this place. It's highly secured, and this guy will give you information. You cannot enter in the other levels if you don't have enough faction points or reputation. If you do so, the guards will attack you on the spot. That was the rule that I created, especially for this. So, for example, here in the second, this is the second floor of the bunker. Now you have doctors here. These guys will give you a bunch of stuff. It can treat you, it can make you, for example, implants, surgeries, and operations, etc. But you can only access this place if you are enough, have enough reputation. Otherwise, it will trigger here in this invisible markings in you can see here. It will trigger a function. This function here will immediately alert the guards if you are not good enough for them. It's the same for all levels. As you can see, they are more and more restricted inside of the bunker. This is something that I'm still working. I will customize these guys here. I always like it, this part of the mechanics of the power armors in the BOS bunker. I'm hoping to add a bunch of stuff here to do, different quests, different things to do. Maybe adding some NPCs that can explain to you the story of the Brotherhood of Steel. I think this is not a bad idea. And this is the final one, the last of the Brotherhood of Steel floors. Very secured, very controlled space. You cannot enter this place if you are not very accepted already with very high reputation. And these guys here, I will add some quests and some stuff to do when you find reach there. Uh, there are some things to think about factions in this game. When you are in one faction, for example, Brotherhood of Steel, immediately you became not very popular with the other guys. For example, in my guy here that I'm using for testing, Brotherhood of Steel accepted, but the Enclave, you are enemy automatically to the Enclave. The guys at NCR won't like you much. Raiders, NCR Rangers, another faction, very very nice to play. I hope to make some improvements here because there are a lot of opportunities to be a ranger. I think it's very nice, and they won't like you much if you are Brotherhood of Steel. Gun runners, they won't like you much too. They don't trust Brotherhood of Steel. What else? New Reno doesn't care. Guys of Junktown doesn't care. Hub Citizens doesn't care. And LA Citizens overall. So you have your factions. There are way more factions than this. But we are still trying to manipulate this thing and add more and more features. For example, this guy, I added some customized dialogues for this one, and can give you a perk. I will add some dialogues for the elevator later. I already did something in these lockers too, so we can, for example, have a bunch of stuff here inside of it. I changed the entrance of the Brotherhood of Steel to check about reputation. Even if you are a member of the Brotherhood of Steel, you cannot enter the bunker if you are not at least 800 in reputation. These guys here will not allow you to enter. They will tell you, oh, you are not allowed here. If you proceed, I will shoot you on the spot. There are many things that we can do it, so the game becomes more and more interesting. The big thing about the F Online, it's because it's definitely online, so you can join your friends, you can make, for example, caravans and groups. You can make factions, for example, of players. You can make everything you want, and this is good because if you like the old this is the Brotherhood initiates doing some patrollings. They are not very friendly. If you go near to them, they will tell you to please move out. Right? They can even attack you depending the faction you are. If you are enclave, for example, they will attack on spot. They are not very friendly. None of them are. And we have many locations here, and then you can go. We can have to the hub, NSR. The NSR have, for example, train stations. You can go by train through the most of the parts of the game. Now I'm going by foot to the hub. This is one of the main cities. I added this guy because he give you status on active caravans, so you know where they are. This NPC is interesting for you to take the caravans, whatever you want to. For example, those guys gun runners are resting. They are going to the hub. So I'm the hub. So if I want to take a caravan, I just need to wait for them. Many of them will pass through the hub because the hub is a central city, and it's for the newbies to start the game. There are still a lot of things to do here, adding more different quests because most of the quests at the beginning are very boring. For example, with this guy here to take the caravans stuff, and after that pick a box and let the box here in this place. This is very boring, honestly. This quest kind of sucks, honestly. And I want to make them more engaging. and more interesting, so we can actually make the game better from the beginning. Because cleaning poop, for example, all that stuff, it kind of sucks. I don't think it's very interesting for most players today. Something that I wanted to make it and I made it already is a way in the hub, for example, that you get a lot of stuff randomly on the lockers. I added a bunch of stuff in the lockers that randomically appears. For example, here some cash, some bullets. Mentats is very good. I'm looking after removing some limitations for companions, so I hope to get a bunch of companions. I added more of these things here. This this I don't have a knife, but you can extract fibers from here, and I added more. This is important for you to make your hopes. With the hopes you can make tents, and you can store your stuff permanently. I added here some monster for testing, some geckos, whatever. They are here. I think they are attacking for some reason. Oh, okay, they are coming. They are trying to attack me. Yeah, because they are kind of guarding this stuff. The guards will attack because we are not allowed to attack anyone in the city. Here inside I put a bunch of stuff in those lockers. Have some you have some knife here. So if I want to get some of the fibers I can go it. I made very important changes in the steam packs. The steam packs do not cover fixed amounts of HP anymore. I already tested that stuff, and this is very important because the steam packs can now heal percentages of your health. Doesn't matter how much health you have. For example, my guy here have 500 HP. That's because I changed it for the testing purpose. This guy with normal steam packs will only heal 80 HP with normal, but with the new steam packs we can heal up to 130 of the HP, and super steam packs at least half of the of your HP. That's very handy. These tools here are useful. As you can see, we have an axe, we have a knife. A knife is to basically can be used as weapon, but you can use to extract fibers, and the axe you can cut some wood. This is useful too. Later in the game you can use it. Here you have the Maltese Falcon. There are some opportunities here to add some quests. For now you only have this guy giving you quest. It's a default quest for the wasteland band. There are some guys here doing travel, I think. Let me see if I no, there are no travelers around. Great. Most of the game is running very well. The server run on Linux if I want. I already have. This is the guy of the. This is a quest, by the way, in NCR to find his son. Right. This is very simple quest, and you can. I don't know if I took it. Depending on the now, depending on the options of your son of a Pete. Why is it gonna Pete right? Okay, give me. Oh shit! Yeah, because I lost it. The option. There is a quest to find his son of the iguana pit. This is a very good quest. Depending on the options you select, you can take it. There is another quest here in the water mechanics. This quest is kind of standard most of Fonline servers. You need to make some deliveries of water in 3 different places. I will take the job. Okay, I'm on it. He says so. Uh, for now, it's not giving you any water container. I didn't add this. but the quest is already functioning. You just don't need to. You just don't need to just have a bunch of very heavy stuff in your inventory. Uh, there are some opportunities here for customization. Many places here are kind of empty still. They have the NPCs, but we don't have the quests because it takes a lot of time to implement them. We need to create the dialogues, we need to create the scripts, and sometimes, depend on the complexity of the quest. I hope to document all of this process very soon because it takes time. It's not very fast. These days we have better tools to make it faster. But back in the day it was a pain in the ass. It was really painful to customize and create all these NPCs. It's a pain in the ass, honestly, especially the dialogue parts. That's why if we have most collaborators in this project, we could make something mostly relevant and faithful to the original Fallout games, because currently the F-Online games are not very PvE. Some of them are very focused on PvP side, mostly because it takes a lot of time. But with enough collaborators, maybe we can do something about it, and we could add more things to do. For example, here we have a hospital here in the hub, and there is a guy there that I added. It's not ready yet, fully ready, because there are missing some options here. This guy can heal you, and that's it. That was the script, but there are many things that we need to figure out. For example, how to remove radiation, how to fix a limb that's broken. A doctor needs all of these options, so I will need to copy from another doctor that's working and make it so. Here we could make, for example, like in the F online servers, put some guy here for the courier service, I think, the postal service. Yeah, there are many things still to do, so this is just a beginner video. I hope to make more updates on this with the time, more focus on how to develop these things and to document the update. For now, I'm heading out. Thank you for listening this and to watch. Bye bye.